found through my research is that you find that ancient religions were aware of a spirit world, a spiritual underworld. They also believed that the dead would go there to be punished and tormented by strange creatures known as demons. Okay? And also one of the things that the ancient world understood was that caves could also be entrances to the underworld. Right? Now when I think about the idea of that there is a form of ancient Satanism, I found. You know, and it's just that Satan coming under different names, different god names, you know. Even Helena Blavatsky talked about Satan or Lucifer coming under different god names. So anyway, when we look into modern Satanism, you find the two main aspects of modern Satanism is human sacrifice and sexual immorality. And they would actually do these practices to please Satan. Okay, so those are the two main horrible things that Satan expects his followers to do. Now, one of the most important points when we look in the ancient world of ancient Satanism by different ancient cultures that were worshipping Satan without, they didn't actually realize they were actually worshipping Satan. The important point is that we find in the Bible is that the Jews identified the god Baal as being Satan. And in the cult of Baal, you find that human sacrifice was practiced, yeah, as well as sexual immorality. Usually, temple prostitutes to Baal were being used, and they did this to please Baal. Just like in Satanism, they did these things to please Satan. And then you find that the god Zeus was also identified with Baal. And Zeus is also, so Zeus has to be another form of Satan. He's imitating God, because in the Bible, Satan wanted to be like the Most High, didn't he? You know, as a fallen angel. And I find it interesting that at Mount Hermon is where the Cave of Pan is, right? So this is a very important point because caves could be entrances to the spirit world, to the underworld. You find that Pan shrines and Zeus shrines and the name Baal is actually associated with this location, right? And this exact location is where Jesus says, this is according to Michael Heiser, PhD scholar, Jesus says that this is where the gates of hell is. So what we're finding is that the ancients were connecting themselves to caves to worship Satan. You basically find many cultures, like cave paintings inside of, and maybe certain demon gods, were inside of caves, like maybe the god Shiva of Hinduism, for example. Would be found in caves because these cultures are connecting themselves to hell. Also, Baal worshippers feared Baal, and this is why they wanted to please him. Just like how Satanists fear being they fear displeasing Satan, basically. So they do all these horrible things for Satan. And also I find it interesting that the ancients believed that Zeus and Baal, both of these gods, could cause droughts and earthquakes, etc. They had the power to do this. Mainly Baal, they were mainly scared of, but Zeus, interestingly, was also able to create earthquakes. So when you think about these terms here about the idea that they can somehow create earthquakes, I find it interesting that in Mary Baxter's book called A Divine Revelation of Satan's Deceptions, she was in a part of hell where she got to see the murals of Satan's destructions on the earth, and she said that she saw Satan on his throne, laughing about how he killed thousands of people with earthquakes. Very interesting points, that is. That Satan himself can actually create earthquakes. He's got the power to actually do that. Yeah.